Annelise Nielsen is our award-winning correspondent in Washington, D.C. If she hasn't won them enough by now, that's offensive. Not acceptable. So I will send you a gold star all the way from the man cave right now, mate. Almost 9 o'clock where you are. 11
That'll be the most valuable one.
Of course, absolutely. Shout out to your mum as well. Now, of course, the protests have started up about the United States, not just how it pulled out, but also a want to get a lot of Afghan refugees back into the United States as well.
Yeah, one of the really remarkable things, though, Paul, is the protests haven't really started up. We've seen Afghan communities coming out in force, desperate for any help. I went to one at the White House, but none of the usual cohort of protesters are out. And to give context, DC, it's kind of a hobby here. It's something that people do pretty regularly. They'll protest a can of soup being mislabeled. Guys put it on their dating profiles here, that it's one of their hobbies, that they like to go out and protest causes they care about. Saturday, there was no one there from the general community, and their silence is deafening from especially people who say that they're advocates for women's rights, and they're watching what's happening in Afghanistan. And it's because there's this really powerful progressive force in the Democrats that say that Joe Biden's done the right thing. They think that he's made the right call, that it was always going to be painful. And so they're kind of just blocking out any of this negativity and the fact that there were many, many different options about how this withdrawal could have been done. But what's really going to bite here is the veterans community. There are 19 million veterans in this country. Just look at Arizona for how critical that vote was for turning that state. So I wanted to show you, this is one former veteran who did attend that protest on Saturday, and he's from Georgia.
One of my interpreters already got out, and the other guy I'm trying to reach, but the problem is just trying to get him to the airport is very difficult. And I also work with some Afghan National Police there, and I'm trying to see if I can get them out. But, you know, even though I've contacted my senator asking for help, nothing's really happening.
The thing is that Biden has tried to put this as the end to the forever war, right? And that's what the left is out there supporting. But the reality of the way he pulled out, the consequence that all of the people who, as you said, were part of the military community to put bad guys in jail, only to see their jail gates flood open, and every time the going gets hot, he buggers off. This is disastrous for the bloke.
You'd think so, and this is what I'm going to watch really closely, because I'm surprised there hasn't been more outrage at this point. We've been speaking to veterans who are just desperate to help all those people that worked with them, and the silence is deafening. I say again, they can't get their senators, they can't get their congressmen on the line, and it's because there's nothing that's happening on the ground for them. I spoke to so many people on Saturday who are just desperate. I've been flooded with calls now asking me what I can do, because they've just run out of options of people to talk to. They're being told that no one with an SIV visa is getting any ground assistance now in Afghanistan because they're prioritising US citizens. They can't get them out either. It is absolute chaos, and the discussion is not being had in the US. Even yesterday, all the media coverage was dominated by Hurricane Ida. They're hoping that they can ride this out and move on, but do not ignore that veteran community would be my warning. I think it's going to be a long-running issue that they can't.
Let alone the hard end of the end of August, start of September. The next 48, 72 hours are going to be vital. Annelise, thank you, mate. Gold star from me.